some people. If you used to play Xbox, you might know of it. But it's called Astroneer. And it's one of my favorite games, and I've played it quite a bit. I've completed it, and I just want to create a series on it and see how it goes. It starts off with you getting launched down to a planet called Sylvia or Silva, however you want to pronounce it. I don't really care. And each planet has its own separate traits and disadvantages and advantages. Silva, I like to pronounce it Silva, is a planet that is just basically balanced in almost every way possible. So basically there's balanced solar amounts and balanced wind amounts. And there is some new stuff from the way it used to be in the game. Because before, like a year ago, it didn't have any of this. And there was no quests. This is basically how you start. I got a decent start here. I spawned right next to some compound copper and some resin. Copper is like that. It's called malachite, but you smelt it down to get copper. And resin, it looks like the noodles or mac and cheese, if you want to go to it by that. And then compound, it just looks like gray, silver, yeah. I don't really know how to describe what it looks like. It's blobby. If you're playing on PlayStation, I know the control, if you have tethers on you, which are these, if you're walking and you get to a certain point, you always want to place tethers like this. So you see that blue line? That blue line means that I'm connected to oxygen. And if that blue line isn't there, that blue bar on my back starts to go down. And that's my oxygen. However, you can get around this by placing a tether, which is down on the D-pad, or you could just take it off your back and then just take it out like that. But I don't choose to do that because it's more difficult. And yeah, it's a pretty fun little game. There's not really many threats or like animals. There's just like plants and then the environment that you have to worry about. And I'm first starting off by just like gathering the basic resources. And it's not hard. You just gotta go around and grab them out of the ground. If you're on PlayStation, you'll press square to pull out this tool. Then you'll hold R2 to excavate the ground. Now, I don't know any of the controls for other consoles or PC, but I used to play it on Xbox. I just don't remember. And that's actually when I started playing the game. Yeah, it's a fun game. You'll get like the printer. I always like to make separate holes off to the start, just kind of like this. They don't have to be too detailed. It doesn't really matter. I just make holes and then I throw my resources into them. And resources can't despawn. But there is a few bugs with the game, and they can go flying if you do certain things with them, but If I leave them in this hole, they will stay put forever. The base building is pretty simple, and whenever you're exploring, if you come across these bushes with, like, say, these plants on them called research samples, you always want to research them because they give you something called bytes, and bytes are used in this screen right here. And it's basically how you learn to make everything that you'll need in the game. And some stuff is harder to make, some stuff is just easier. But mostly, if it's in this tab, it's going to be hard to make depending on like what it is. Like, say for example, the large shuttle, that's going to be pretty difficult to make. But it's possible. I got a cave right next to me at the start, which is nice because that gives me access to aluminum, sulfurite, basically zinc, and I can't remember what the other one is called. It's been a minute since I've played this game. But, quartz, that's what it was. It's a fun little game. Figured I'd make a series on it because it's fun. I might as well. They've added a lot since the last few updates. Like the new resource exo chips. That it used to be something else, or I can't remember. It was either nothing or it was some resource. I don't quite remember. These will be helpful. The shells, you don't need them now, but you'll need them in the future if you're just starting. Yeah, they can give you bytes. I don't suggest you research them because, well, you'll need them. It's a certain quest in here at some point. I don't know which one it is. I'm assuming I haven't been given the quest yet, but it's gonna be something with zinc, and it's gonna give you a deployable like shuttle thing. You'll place it on the ground, a shuttle will crash in, and you'll be given everything or instructions on what you need to do for that quest. Yeah, I'm currently going down into a cave to see if I can find materials. Some caves will be blocked off, but if you keep on digging, you might find into the cave, like I just did. If you have any questions, please ask them down in the comments. If you're ever getting started with this game, and if you're playing on PlayStation, I am free to help you get started. This game is multiplayer. I mean, that's only if you want to play. I mean, I'm down if you are, and you're playing the game. That's not good. Forgot to always bring extra tethers with you. Even if you got a full, or even if you just got one thing of them, you'll need more than that. So there's a chance that I die here. Which you do respawn, you just respawn in your shelter, but all your items get left on your body, and you gotta go back and find it if you want them back. You can reshape the terrain in any way you want, which helps you get out of situations that normally you wouldn't be able to get out of if you didn't have the terrain tool. But I do. So does everybody. It's a very helpful tool. It just saved my life. At some point, I'll want to start crafting platforms, research machines, printers, everything. Buggies. There's a wide variety of things you can make in this game. Now that I think about it, I don't think I'm actually going to keep my tethers going down that way through that cave. Hopefully I can find a good spot to just come up at the surface at and have that be the entrance down into the cave for me. That would be nice. It's ideal to make your own entrance down into a cave, because if you do that, that means that you can slide down it way easier if you make it at the correct angle. And I just did this just kind of over there, but I think this is a better spot, personally. Tether failed. And then that's how you'll get down into a cave. I mean, you don't have to do it the exact way that I just did it. Don't touch those. They will, either they will explode or they will spike and kill you. And explode and kill you is one of the main things. This is malachite, or no, this is, I can't remember what it's called. It's been a minute. It's laterite. You put it into a smelter to make aluminum. You're gonna need a ton of this. In the future, you'll be able to make like mines or auto miners, and you'll be able to put them on the ground and they will auto extract resources for you if you have enough power and you have it set up correctly. It's very fun. There's a lot of stuff you can do in this game. That's why I like playing it. And you can play it any way you want. That's another part about it that I like. You don't have to be good. I can't. Now over here you'll want to make a medium printer with 2 compound. So you'd either run to a compound area, or if you've made storage, you'd go over to your storage and you'd just grab out 2 compound. Now the quick grab is if you're on PlayStation, you'll press R2 when you have something highlighted, and then you'll press square and it'll put it onto your backpack. It's useful because there's sometimes that you'll be picking up a lot of things. Now, so this printing speed, that will get slower the more items that I have getting powered with my base. Now, if I have a whole bunch of printers running, they're all running super slow, right? If they did. However, if I connected a whole bunch of power to it, it would work faster. It would be more efficient because there's more power. When you're first starting off in the game, you're going to want to get the large platform B. That's going to be the main platform that you're going to want. And then you're going to want to unlock the smelter, the soil centrifuge, and that's all I can unlock for now. But now, what I can do, I can take this, unpack it, and I need 1 resin. I have not gathered resin. Wait, I'm pretty sure I have. Or even if I haven't, I'm gonna get more. Even though I'm pretty sure I have, and I put it in a hole. I'd rather have more than have not enough. It's not a very big deposit of resin. There's a bigger one somewhere out here on the hills, over here. Now, if you're running low on oxygen, symbols will pop up and they'll give a sound cue. If you're listening, you'll probably hear it. If you don't, you can just look at the bar, the blue bar on your back, and you'll find out. Or you'll hear heavy breathing, and that's a sign that you're probably gonna die soon. Or start taking damage. Now, you don't have to be too worried about that in the start of the game, when you're just kind of exploring an area like this big, because you can easily just run back to base, and you don't have to worry, because you'll be fine. As long as you get back to base before you fully suffocate, you will be fine. I'll show you what it looks like when you're suffocating. Of course, I choose not to die, but I'll show you. That blue bar, it'll pop up with that you're suffocating, and then there will be red edges on your screen until you die. But then if you get back to base or to a tether, you'll just be perfectly fine. Now, I hate, these platforms are nice. They're just not the best. Hey. My friend has joined my world. That was unexpected. Now, you can make it public or non-public. It doesn't really matter. Now, I choose to not play with anybody right now, so you can head over and go to like friends in session. There's some, I can't remember what it is, but it'll show you like the people in your session, and I'm pretty sure you're able to kick them. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't really matter. They can help you, of course, if they're your friends. Which is what my friend is doing. Now, you can go ahead and add him if you would like. I'm not saying you don't have to, but you can. And now, I personally, of course, chose not to play with him, so I'm just gonna go and politely ask him if he can leave my world, because I'm nice. And I'm gonna say maybe we can play another time. And yeah, you can kill people in your world. You just gotta probably suffocate them or drop them off a very high height, and they will die. Now, the reason why you're on a blue screen is because I'm currently on my home screen on my PlayStation, so it'll do that. And yeah. Okay. Oh, see, he's suffocating. As for that cue that I just got on my screen, he's suffocating. And I can be a really annoying person and just take away his oxygen. You know, the standard thing that you do to your friends. You just take their oxygen away from them. Until they die. And you'll shortly see that in a minute. You might see that suffocating symbol again. I like to troll my friends a lot. He probably left. No, he hasn't. But around now, you should see a suffocating symbol. Unless if he made it to the surface. I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't moving the oxygenator. Hold on. Now, if you have a friend in, if they get off, they will disappear with all the items that are on them. And until they get back on, that's when you'll get those items again. Hold on. Hi. How's your day been? I'm just kind of having a chill night. How has your night been? Nice to hear. What do you play on? If you don't mind me asking. Oh. It's currently 9:28 at night for me, or in the afternoon. He asked if he could get an achievement real quick in my world. I'm completely fine with that. He's just gonna be there. Just don't worry about him. I wanted to ask you what you played on. I was curious. It doesn't matter. I don't necessarily care. I was just curious. Do you know what this game is? Just curious. Oh, okay. Okay, you do know what the game is. You're just new to it. Sorry, I didn't see your message. Well, so if you're just starting, something that can help you is if you spawn in a certain location, you can have compound, which is this bumpy silver gray resource. near you maybe, or you can have malachite, which is copper after you smelt it down. And then you might even have resin by your spawn location. It looks, I need to real quickly find it. It's over here. It looks like macaroni and cheese. It looks like that. And how I normally store my resources at the start of the game is I just make a nice little hole in the ground and I just put all the resources into those. Oh, you're fine. I can't spell aluminum either. You can find aluminum down in caves. I've already made myself an entrance into a cave, but you'll just go down into a cave. You can either have a natural cave or you can just have yourself an entrance to a cave. You'll go down and it's this blue stuff. It's laterite. And you'll gather it, and then you'll take it upstairs and you'll put it into a smelter, and then you'll get aluminum from it. And then if you're curious on where you get quartz, you get it in caves too. That's the pink stuff is quartz. Don't touch these. These will kill you. If you see a green like spiral with a red little spiky ball on the top, don't go near those either. I think they're dotted with red. I can't remember what they look like. The main thing that you gotta worry about in this game is the environment trying to kill you. He ran out of air. That happens sometimes. I mean, do you know what tethers are used for? I would imagine you do. Oh, how do you get a smelter? You'll press whatever button it is for you on Xbox. I've started playing this game on Xbox. I just don't remember the controls. But you'll open your backpack and then you'll take out your byte panel. You'll be on this page right here. You'll go over 2 pages. And then you'll be here. You go over to the smelting furnace. And it's like 500 or 250 bytes. You learn it by double tapping whatever button it is for you to learn it, and then it takes these 2 resources to craft it, and you craft it in a medium printer, or this. I'll show you. It's this right here, smelting furnace. You'll grab 2 resin, and you'll grab, say, 1 compound. And then you'll take it over to the thing and you'll just craft it. Now I already have one crafted, so I'm not gonna craft it, but that's how you would craft it. Wire management and the way you manage your base is up to you, but I always like to do this. Just depending on the world that I'm in, I put that right there, and then I'll put this right here. This small printer doesn't need to be on a platform. When you place it on the ground, it automatically builds a platform for itself. But everything else pretty much needs a platform. Just depends on what it is. I always keep all my printers on one side facing one direction. It always helps me. Well, you may say that's a lot of resin, but you'll never have enough resin. Ever. I always run out of resin. No matter what the circumstances are, I always run out of it. Oh yeah, if you're just starting, you'll want to research the medium or the large platform B. That's like the best starter platform because it gives you these 2 extra side panels which store stuff on them, and it's really nice. I just really like them. I mean, it's up to you how you want to play the game. I'm not trying to tell you how. I'm just showing you. Beacons, make sure you always have one strapped onto your base on like that panel right there. You can change the color of it. Personally, I like to have it green for like home, and then I just keep that one for when I do expeditions and to different planets. I'm just currently crafting that. One thing that I want to craft is more power. Because the more power I have, the faster things happen. I could make a whole bunch of small generators, but that's inefficient. I mean, if you want to do that, you can, but it's going to require a lot of organic. I don't really know which one people really like to start off with. I personally like to start off with the small wind turbine, but I don't have any clay around me, so I choose not to do that. And I just go with solar, because there's more copper around me, generally. And I have malachite. I kind of try to keep everything on the blacktop. Just makes it easier. And I like to have it circle around my base a little bit. We'll just, once you have the smelter out, you can put away your resources if you would like. Then what I always like to do is I like to take one of these, unpack it if you still have it in a package. I like to place it, or I like to take all of my smeltable resources and I like to throw it all onto here. Like all the laterite and malachite. Now all of it's not gonna fit. However, you can just take that and you can put it on there. And if you press, it might be Y for you, I don't know. Oh yeah, you're welcome. But if you can open it up like that, and the smelter will automatically draw resources from it. If there's a smeltable resource on the platform, you can, the smelter will automatically smelt it. I think that kind of concludes today's stream or video or episode 1, I guess. I hope you liked it, and whoever else watches this. I would also like if you subscribe. You don't have to, but it's completely free, and also like the video. Thank you. Have a good day or night. Bye.